Everything that I want to do, I'm going to need money for. Listen, I want to travel the world. I want to open up restaurants. I want to open up speakeasies. I want to be able to fund other people's dreams. I want to be able to colonize and explore Mars and have real estate in Mars. I want to be a real estate tycoon. I want to be able to start a charity that gives away a home every single month to single parents and relieves the stress of where their kids and them are going to be able to live. Like, those are all my dreams. But in order to get there, guess what you have to have?
Money.
Exactly.
Yeah. And so I think it's great that people are kind of promoting this message of money's not everything, because it's definitely not. But when you're making a decision of what you want to do, I do think that will impact it. And the thing I like to promote is, thanks to technology, social media and everything nowadays, I truly believe whatever you are passionate about, you can find a way to make lots of money around it. It doesn't matter.
Look at the two of us right now.
Exactly.
I'm in Seattle. You're in, is it the Gold Coast? Is that where you're in?
Sydney.
Sydney. Okay, so you're in Sydney. Oh, the Shire. That's right?
Yeah,
you're down in the Shire? Okay,
right.
sweet. So you're in the Shire. I'm in Seattle, and yet we're being able to connect virtually on a podcast and be able to, like, when my grandfather was alive and when he was going through school, that wasn't possible.
Oh, 100%. It's just the opportunity is so great, and it's one of the biggest message I like to try to promote to people is opportunity. You know, I don't know if you've read Gary Vaynerchuk's latest book, but the entire book is basically just case studies of all these people who have made money doing what they want to do. And so it's a pretty fascinating book. He talks about kids who are making money on YouTube by cutting things open. That's their entire channel. They've got a knife and they cut things open. You know, there's people who you know, if you love elephants or something, how do you make money around elephants? Well, I could be a zoologist and I might get $40,000 a year as a keeper. Or maybe you start an Instagram and you start posting all this content about elephants and you start getting picked up and you start getting featured, and then suddenly David Attenborough is hosting a show and he wants you on to talk about elephants. Or whatever it is, there are ways to make money around whatever you're doing.
Absolutely. I mean, Ninja's a perfect example. I don't know if you know who he is. Okay, perfect.
Fortnite.
Yeah, he's a perfect example, right? In most cases, my parents, my grandparents, you know, even my peers would have said, there's no chance you can ever make money playing video games.
Or good money, at least.
Good money. That's right. Guess what? You can. So there's that.
But
it's the same, you know, I think people have to treat video games like, you know, like football or soccer or sport. Like, there's so many people who want to be a professional, but only a few are going to make it. And so if you want to go all in, you kind of got to go all in, because you're competing against people who are playing all the time. But yeah, I mean, it's a perfect example, and that's just getting bigger and bigger. Like, the opportunity to make money playing games is getting bigger and bigger, and it doesn't have to be through Twitch. You could be, you know, people are professional game testers and all this different thing. You know, another great example I like is I don't know if you've been in the Dungeons and Dragons world.
No, I haven't. So I'll tell you this. I am definitely a gamer through and through. I gave up that life for a little bit. I haven't gone back to it. I mean, right now, at the very most, I'll play Mario Kart. That's about it. But
yeah,
do a lot of Call of Duty, Halo, Counter-Strike. What was the other one? Dota. League of Legends, like all of those ones. But I love board games as well, but I've never gotten into Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah,
so Dungeons and Dragons, we've got me and my mates have gotten into the past 2 years, and I've got like one or two mates who are like hardcore into it. Like they love it. They've got all the figures and the boards and everything. But the coolest thing is there's a group of people who are like the Dungeons and Dragons guys. So they've got a YouTube channel where they host like a show every single week. They have like a 3-hour episodes of them playing. Then they've got a store. You go to their store, they've got dice. You can buy dice for days. They've got like online stuff. They've got every book you can buy on there. You can buy stories and everything. Like they're probably making an absolute fortune through Dungeons and Dragons. And it's because it's their passion. And so they got to live out their passion just doing, you know, first of all, they get to play the game and people watch them play it and they get paid to do that. And then they sell everything on the back end. It's it's just crazy. The people, what
We
people
can
are
go
making.
into that because I want to go into that a little bit, right? So here's what you have to understand first and foremost. And I want to say this to your audience. I also want to say it to any of our dream catchers that are listening as well, right? Here's what you have to understand. Passion initially does not pay.
Oh, 100%.
Like, you need to understand that, right? And when you, like, the amount of people that I interview that are dream catchers, the thing that is common, a common thread, is passion initially does not pay. Find your passion. I mean, Gary Vee even talks about it. Find your passion. Don't worry about the money, but you have to, if it is your passion, and if you're going to do it, if you're going to give everything you got, you have to go all in, because it is in the measurement of going all in that determines whether or not your passion will end up paying you.
And I'm doing that exact right now. Like this podcast and everything. I only launched it, 4 months ago. Right now I've got the studio set up. I'm paying for this room we're in. I'm paying for all the equipment. Like right now I haven't made any money off the podcast. Like literally, because everything's being reinvested in. And it's like right now it's just costing me, mainly it's costing me time, because I've got to, film the episode. I got to line up guests. I've got to edit each episode. I create videos from each episode, which costs me time and money. So right now it's just costing me a lot of time. But for me, it's like, I'm thinking 2 or 3, 4, 5 years for this. That's my plan. And so it's right now I've got my business, which is kind of bringing in the money. So I've got those two things. I feel like I got my business, and I've got my passion. And as you mentioned, right now the passion isn't making money, but hopefully in 2 years or whatever, it'll start, or even a year or something, it'll start bringing in more money. But I'm not doing it. If I didn't, I really wouldn't care.
So, and I think that's a key measurement, is what you just said right there, right? Because let's take my example with medical school, right? So medical school, there's not truthfully a passion in it. Growing up, I was good at all your maths, all your sciences, biology, chemistry, calculus. Like, I had advanced courses, all that sort of stuff. I was good at it. I was your honor student, but I was also highly ADHD. And so I could hyper focus on the things that I wanted to focus on, and you'd lose me if you were talking about stuff that I didn't want to focus on, right? But I was really, really intelligent, so I could figure out the system and how to solve whatever I was in the course. And that's why I got the grades that I wanted to get, right? But with that said, you take a look at like medical school and wanting to be a doctor, you have to understand, if you're going to pursue your passion, you have to go all in. And it has to be this mentality of, no matter what, whether my passion ever ends up paying me or not, no matter what, I'm going to continue to pursue this. Because you have to understand, in pursuing anything, you're going to have those obstacles. In pursuing anything, you're going to have those hurdles. In pursuing anything, you're going to have those setbacks. I love to look at it like this. Life is checking whether or not you're worthy of your calling.
That's cool. Yeah.
If you truly want to see your passion, see success with it, you have to persist through the obstacle and go all the way through and have this mentality, no matter what, I'm going to continue on. Because if you don't, what happened with me with medical school, I realized, blood, yuck, what's more important? Halo is. Okay, sweet, I'm going to get kicked out of a country. You know what I mean? Like I was more passionate about Halo than I was about going ahead and pursuing medical school. And so when the going got tough, guess what I dropped? I dropped what I wasn't passionate about. Exactly.
And guess what? For anyone out there, imagine you're a medical school or any course, and you're not passionate about it, you're going up against the people who are passionate about it.
Exactly. That's such a good point. That is,
and you
such
can't
a good
compete
point.
with that.
You can't compete with that. It doesn't matter how hard you work. If someone is incredibly passionate about this course, and hopefully, most people are. I've got, one of my closest friends is an engineer, and she loves it. She loves the maths. She loves, all that sort of stuff. You can't compete with that. It doesn't matter how naturally smart you are.
And let me ask you this. Let's go down the engineer road. Let's go down doctor road. Let's even go down an architect road. Who do you want operating on you on the table?
Exactly.
Somebody that's passionate or not passionate. Somebody that's like, I'm just getting paid to be here. Or somebody that's like, I love this. I'm so glad that my hands are here. Like, I'm so glad I'm being able to save this life. Who do you want building your business, your building? Somebody who's passionate about building buildings, or somebody who's just showing up for a paycheck? Who do you want engineering your plane, your car, any of those things? Somebody who is highly passionate, loves it no matter what, or somebody who's not and just showing up for that paycheck, they got the degree, so on.
Exactly. And you can tell. Like, you can tell if someone's passionate or if they're not. You might not think that, but you can feel it. And this isn't like some woo-wah stuff. As soon as if someone's passionate, it comes through their voice and the way they talk and the way they move. And, you know, they'll start a passionate architect will, you know, see this as an opportunity and they'll be like, oh my gosh, I got to create a whole new building. I got to get creative. What if we did this? What if we did this sort of thing? And then the engineer's there to keep them in check and say, no, we can't do that. But I love your ideas. What if we did this instead? Because that's not structurally feasible. But yeah, exactly. And I think, you know, that's the point I like to bring across. You know, you just can't compete with people who are passionate.